And welcome back to the Cover 3 podcast here on CBS Sports. That's Tom Fornelli. That's Bud Elliott. That's Danny Kanell. I'm Chip Patterson coming to you live at youtube.com/cover3 and everywhere you get your podcasts on demand. Thanks for hanging out. Smash that subscribe, smash that like, and come and join us in the chat, a.k.a. the Cover 3 tailgate, where they are rocking and they are rolling and they are ready because this is the very best time of the week. Not only is it a Thursday, which means that we are getting out our locks, but it is the very first one. Week 1 of the season, a 5-day marathon. We are going to be giving you locks for the entire run. Now, if you're watching, joining us in the tailgate on youtube.com/cover3, you notice that right above Tom's head, there is a QR code. Now, what is that QR code, you may ask? Well, that is an invitation. That is an opportunity for you to come and compete against us in the free official Cover 3 college football pick'em brought to you by Splash. Every single week of the season, you make 6 picks against the spread. One of those is going to be your lock. Obviously, Cover 3, got to have a lock. That's going to be worth 2 times the value. Now, if you want to get picks in for tonight as part of the Week 1 Pick 6 for the Cover 3 podcast, well, then you need to get it in by kickoff. All of the games, every single one of them is going to lock at noon on Saturday. So, scan the QR code or hit the link in the episode description. We have had thousands sign up, and we've got a little something special extra for you. If we have more than 5,000 entrants, Splash has said they will also add 5,000 in prizes to the pot in the form of weekly giveaways. So you can already see what the payouts are going to be. Thousands of dollars given out. It's free to enter. If we can get up to 5,000 people joining this contest, we will be giving out money each and every week to anybody who goes 6-0. Up to 33 people who go 6-0 get $10 in Splash Cash to use immediately on contests. If more than 33 people go 6-0, we'll do a random drawing of the 6-0 finishers and select 33 winners. We have more than 4,000 in right now ready to compete against us. If we get over 5,000, Splash is going to add $5,000 in prizes in the form of weekly giveaways. Right now, the cash winners will be to the season-long winners. But if we want to up the ante, make sure you tell your friends to go and join. Right now, I believe more than, what are we at, 42 something?
Like 4250 something last I checked.
Yeah, so let's go. Call your friends, hit the group chat, send them the link, and tell them to come join the official Cover 3 college football pick'em brought to you by Splash. I signed up on the app yesterday, and I'm excited to be able to compete against every single one of y'all. As you know, you clicked on this link, you're listening to it, that we've got locks to get to. But before we lock them up, let's take a quick look back at the week that was. Week 0. Not a robust locks card, but it still counts. Bud, 1-1. You cashed the first half under 25.5. Take an L on the Sam Houston, Western Kentucky under 61.5. Any further notes, thoughts, or takeaways we did not have in Mondays upon further review?
Yeah, so Western Kentucky's passing offense looked great, so not a deserved winner there. A little annoyed at how Sam Houston scored some of their BS stuff, which I think kept the game close enough to allow Western to just keep bombing it all over them. So, 1-1 sucks. Let's get better.
Hey, listen, we stack these things brick by brick. Chip, week 0, it was a 3-0 week. I was also on the first half under 25.5. I'm very thankful for YouTube kicking lessons to allow Hawaii -2 to be able to come home. You know, that was a great one to be able to have on the board. And then Kansas first half -7, as we mentioned on Mondays upon further review, just 24-7 at halftime. Just kind of put them in the sleeper hold. Happy to see that. Happy to see that we got a Kansas cash in while Jalen Daniels is still healthy. You know, just get it while you can, while the Jayhawks quarterback is not getting ragdolled himself to the injured list. Very happy with 3-0, taking it into the next week. DK, 0-2 week for you. Kansas State -3 is a loss. You were also on the other side of the Stanford-Hawaii game, +2.5. What's our takeaways right here?
Those were a couple of A DK system plays, and I'm making them again every single time. I still think I got screwed there by the Edwards injury early for Kansas State. Still felt like they were the better team. And then, my goodness, Stanford had it right there for the taking. I did not anticipate middle school level quarterback play from the Cardinals. So otherwise, I would have won that game. So I'm sticking to it.
I mean, listen, we've got a lot to get to. Have you guys seen the Andrew Luck deep fake?
No.
No. Oh, wait. Yes.
Yeah, the Calgorithm is relishing Stanford's troubles right now. And they've got an Andrew Luck deep fake of him ripping into the player who got penalized for aura farming, which of course was like a huge, swing in the game. But be on the lookout. If you see a lot of nastiness from related to Stanford football, the Calgorithm might be at fault for that one.
Possibly hot take, but if you have to farm for aura, you don't have any.
Oh, what a mantra. All right, Tom. It was a 2-1 week for you. You were also on Kansas State minus the 3, but then you come back and you make it right back with Idaho State in the first half. Idaho, they had the claws out. And then Kansas minus 12.5 for the whole game. 2-1 week for you. Thoughts, takeaways. What are we spinning forward?
Boys, this is the first time I've had a winning record after week 0 in 4 years. So look out. It is going to be a special year. I told you last week I was going to take a more disciplined approach to week 0 because I was killing myself early in the locks pods. And good start. We'll see if we can keep it up in week 1. Stay on that positive side of the ledger.
All right. So we are going to put week 0 behind us. We are going to get eyes ahead. Week 1. Loaded locks card, ready to go. And I ask you, gentlemen, are y'all ready to lock it up?
I am.
Do this thing.
Let's do it.
Since 2005, the under in games between service academies is 40-9-1.
We're picking locks.
Give me an over in this one as well. A little 2-for-1 special.
Don't get these locks.
I was a sicko last week. Y'all were watching the good games. I was live betting the hell out of ULM Kentucky.
My blue plate special 5-star locks are coming.
5-star master lock. Lock it
You
up.
want these locks? I'm living and dying every point, every cover.
From the locking chair to your eyes and ears, we are so excited because this lock segment and all season long, all the lock segments are sponsored by Cash App. Making money moves should be easy, and that's why there's Cash App. It's fast, safe, and honestly way more personalized than any other apps out there. So we appreciate our friends at Cash App for sponsoring the locks here in 2025. There's a question in the tailgate about who won last year. I'll just let that be unsaid. We'll let the record books speak for themselves. But maybe you'll get to see it because there are rumors abound that we might be competing for some real hardware. Got a trophy that could be coming.
Oh, okay.
And if so, I'll be sure to display it nicely here until someone comes in and pries it from me on the spreadsheet. All right, let's begin as we always do with the ones that are going to be like right in front of us, the Thursday night games. The headliners include Boise State at USF, the Nebraska-Cincinnati game in Arrowhead Stadium. Other games of interest, you might be getting into what new look Wisconsin offense looks like going up against Miami, Ohio. You've got Buffalo, Minnesota. You've got Ohio, Rutgers. Nice little Big Ten MAC challenge. Maybe some fight watch with ECU, NC State. Who wants to get their beak wet on Thursday night?
I mean, should last year's leader lead us off?
I don't think I've got anything that I'm ready to get ripping and roaring on. I've got one possible, but I'm gonna let others with more vindication step forward.
I have no Thursday night plays, so up to you three.
Let's go to 142, NC State, East Carolina. Two teams that were pretty pissed off at each other at the bowl game. Kind of a sneaky undercover rivalry. We talked about this, I think, on the Monday slate when we did the game draft. Of course, you guys should always make sure to watch that. I'm going to go under 31.5 here. I don't think that NC State's going to play with that increased tempo. I think they'll be able to run the ball some on East Carolina. I think East Carolina lacks some firepower compared to what they had on last year's team. I know we talked about how Chase did not play super well, the receiver who transferred from ECU to Iowa State, but he was still damn good for ECU last year. So he's gone. I like under 31.5 first half in that one.
God, I respect that.
I mean, look, guys, I was going to bring this up at some point. These lines have been out for 6 weeks.
Yes.
There's some stuff that's going to move big, right? But like, I don't think we have massive edges on games that have been out for 6 weeks. But this is a TV show. Well, some days it is, and we have to like actually try to give content here and also try to win. So, yeah, I think that's a fairly good one for tonight.
DK, you got something?
Yeah, I got to play.
All right, let's go.
You cannot come out talking big game, saying, I want to smack the bleep out of this team and not back it up. That's what Dave Doran said at ACC Media Days earlier. Give me the Wolfpack in a big bounce back year after losing the bowl game in embarrassing fashion. By the way, Dave Doran did announce a couple guys suspended for that game in the first half, I believe.
Yeah.
And East Carolina has one player that's going to be out for that game. It doesn't matter. This has got to be a pride game for Dave Doran. And if you have the opportunity to punch one in late, to just kind of dig that dagger a little bit deeper, you have to do it. Give me the Wolfpack laying the points. I think it's 13.5, right? It's under 2 touchdowns.
You should be able to hit it.
What's the juice limit we're willing to go to? Because I can find a couple minus 125s at 13.5.
I think.
There's a regular 14. Oh no, there's.
Tom found it. Minus 125 is well within our.
Are we going within the one? Okay, so that's our max. So that's our limit. That's our limit.
130.
No.
125.
125.
125. We'll set it right now.
Like, can we do 130s for exotics? Because you'll catch some 128s on the exotics.
Yeah,
Mr.
we're a little
Exotic.
more leeway for that. But for just a regular straight up spread, we're going minus 125 at most.
Okay. Diamond Dave historically does pretty well in the G5s. Now, most G5s are not ECU, right? So that's what you're weighing there. But
many G5s either, except at NC State, you might be vying for some of the same recruits that East Carolina is going after as well.
Yeah. So I'll support that. I know I got a lot of neighbors that are fired up. I mean, when it's the first day of kindergarten and an NC State game, I mean, fireworks all over the street right now. It's just
a lot
big
of day
day.
drinking.
A lot. Kids are out of the house, and we're going to the Pac game.
Yeah.
I saw a kid in my son's class. Oh, are you going to the game? No, but my daddy is.
Nobody else has any other plays for tonight?
Yeah,
I do.
Give me 148 Akron plus 3.5 first half and play my music.
Oh my God! So you're going.
It's time for sicko mode. Let's go. I'm a little bit lower on some of the teams in the bottom of the Sun Belt. If things go wrong, they could be like UMass UConn. That's kind of like sicko mode of a sicko mode.
I'm not saying you have to watch this one. I don't blame you if you don't. But I do think that's a decent little edge. I don't know. Like, Wyoming is 6 points better on even if you. I don't know what you're using for home field for Akron. I'm personally using 1.5. Because it's actually it's travel, but it's probably 1.
Yeah.
Last year across the sport, home field was actually up by like a margin that actually you had to like take a look at and figure out why. I'm still not totally sure. But
you don't.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say you don't just walk into Infocision Stadium thinking it's gonna be a quiet little soiree. It's gonna be bouncing.
Oh man, yeah. I'm just not sure that Wyoming is going in the right direction. So. No, Danny Grace in the chat in the tailgate. If it was in Wyoming, I'm not using 1.5. That's actually a pretty legitimate home field. Just ask Texas Tech 2 years ago.
Why'd you have to bring that game up? I still get yelled at for that game.
By the way, that game opened 7.5 and bet down to 5.5. That was one of the bigger moves from open. There's a couple tonight too. Like Jack State opened 16.5, got bet out to like 20.5. App got bet down from 8.5 to 5.5. UNLV 13.5 to 9.5. After we realized like all those transfers that UNLV took on defense just flat out suck and aren't even playing. Kentucky got a little bit move. Hawaii, the move. I think there was some service.
A one-legged quarterback.
Well, no. Actually, Hawaii beat writers this year are on it. We got video of practice on a Wednesday. I'm like, let's go, guys. So
Oh, well, you talk about line moves. Is anybody going to make a play on Boise USF?
Hello.
Not in this segment.
Oh, I got one in this segment. And
Okay.
guess what? Guess where else you might see it? I got my Splash app open, Splash Sports. It's a little glare there. Can you see who's checked off?
The serve on. What is
Give me those South Florida Bulls right there. Coming back, Byron Brown, healthy. Alex Golesh's squad playing there at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Crowd's going to be ruckus. And what is life going to be like without Ashton Genty? That is a massive question mark. You know what makes it really easy? And Maddox Matson played awesome last year. But you know what makes life a lot easier? When you have about 10 dudes up in the box trying to stop the running back and get a bunch of one-on-ones outside. That makes life a lot easier. I don't think they're going to have that luxury this year. Give me those 5.5 points for the Bulls.
I don't hate that at all. In the tailgate, somebody said no plays on Miami, Ohio, Wisconsin. I do have a buddy who I think is really sharp, and my books wouldn't allow this, but if your book does, Miami, Ohio money line parlayed with under in the first half. So it's like 550 money line and under.
Man,
on the off chance Wisconsin's offense comes out and just totally sucks.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a classic notepad game for me. No, like I don't know. Yeah. But Miami, Ohio is a quality enough opponent that we should learn something.
Mm-hmm.
If I had a better team to allow that, I would probably jam some of that.
Yeah. Well, very, very much so. Okay.
I worry for my text messages though if Wisconsin is losing at halftime of that game.
I mean, there's not enough donuts in the whole state of Illinois to be able to
big cap from the stadium.
That could be coming. Wisconsin's down at halftime. All right, let's move it on to Friday night as we continue with our weeknight locks. We've got the Auburn-Baylor game, Georgia Tech, Colorado. Lots of other action as well. Who's got a Friday nighter? All right, go
ahead, Thomas.
I will get this before it gets any higher because it's been climbing all week after what we saw last weekend. But I am on the over. Is it still at 62.5 in UNLV, Sam Houston?
Oh,
pull up spank odds here. Tom, you get a 61.
There we go. Give me at 61. So it's come back down even better. So yeah, UNLV, Sam Houston over 61. Like, their defense is very, very bad. UNLV's, they brought in a whole lot of transfers. There are some big names, but it's not big plays, or they give up big plays. Offensively, I think they're explosive. We saw last week, Sam Houston, I feel like they gave up 41 points to Western Kentucky. They probably could have given up 55 points to Western Kentucky. So I think there's wiggle room there. So I think this is going to be a back and forth kind of shootout-y game. So give me that.
Do we think UNLV's defense is worse than Western?
Illinois?
No, Kentucky.
No, Kentucky.
Oh, okay.
I'm just trying to comp this to what we just saw.
Yeah,
I think it might be.
Yeah.
I mean, hold on. I
look, it's less talent. It's probably not less athletic, but I don't think it's as. They're certainly not playing as a team right now. I guess what you would say.
They're playing like 11 dudes who just showed up.
Right.
And I'm playing. I'm playing an agreement here. Yeah, that was an oversight by me. I apologize, Mikey, but I did mention on Monday that it rhymes with clovers. It's UNLV overs, and we're just going to ride it absolutely until the wheels fall off. I mean, that's an overreaction that I'm willing to spin forward. I appreciate you for bringing that to my attention on that one.
That's what I do it for, Chip.
I know, absolutely. I mentioned on Thursday night, nobody had a Nebraska-Cincinnati, right? That's not an oversight. Just
I thought about the over in this one, thinking there could be some points in this one, but I'm staying away.
I bet it at 51, but it's already moved out of range.
What is
that was like the last number I wanted to bet. But
okay, got it. All right, what else?
Yesterday pretty hard, and then they got shoved back in their face.
What? All right, what? Anything else from Friday night?
Yeah, give me Auburn under 30.5 team total.
That's a fun way to play it.
I don't know that they're really coming out cooking on offense. Maybe they will. Certainly Baylor plays with some pace. Sawyer can put up some points. But I don't know that Auburn's scoring 30.
Dig it.
Yeah, I mean, obvious tease there. Obvious tease here. I might have more on that game later. Famous words. What about Georgia Tech, Colorado?
Nothing. For
I
me.
got it. And this one makes me a little bit nervous because I like some road favorites on this one. Always a little bit leery of it. But give me Georgia Tech. Lay the points. Haynes King running the football. We want to run the ball. Too many question marks. I'm a little bit worried because I do think Caden Salter could be I think he'd be dangerous himself running the football too. But I'm going to say Georgia Tech, must-win situation. Huge game for the ACC. But way too many question marks for the Colorado Buffaloes. So I'll lay them with Georgia Tech. What am I getting here? 4.5? I got to lay?
4.5 I can get you, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
This one's come.
There's some there's like some fours at legitimate books out there.
All right.
Wasn't that like 5.5 or 6 at one point?
Yeah.
It ping-ponged the day that people thought Dion was going to retire, and then it came back down when he did not.
Got it.
It's been sitting kind of in this range for a while.
What if it had gone the other way? That would just be great content.
That would be.
What about
Hater?
I have one more Friday night play. It's no. Not this year. We'll see. It's Illinois, Western Illinois. I don't know why the total's 63.5 in this game because I feel like Illinois is going to get this one under control pretty quickly and then just kind of chill for a while because they've got a much bigger game next week on the road at Duke. So give me Illinois, Western Illinois under 63.5.
I have not worked on that game yet, so I will tail blindly.
If Western Illinois gets 10 points, I'm going to be pissed. Like, that's really just how I feel.
Yeah.
Wasn't that your team total play yesterday for our pick show, Chip?
That and another directional Illinois team total play.
Speaking of team totals, some places just dropped their alts and their alt first halves and their first half team totals. So,
well, Bud, stay focused here. I know there's great opportunities, but we have a show to do. Okay. Anything else from Friday night? All right.
I mean, no, I think Michigan State got bet out of range, but I'm in no rush to take Western. I'm pretty curious to see, I don't know if people know this at home, but Central's running the Army triple now. So, that'll be interesting to watch there. I want to see if Wake Forest rotates QBs.
Because they said it was Robbie Ashford, but Deshaun.
Correct.
I think Deshaun's a better passer.
Yeah, I would agree. Okay.
And it's 17.5 there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I believe Kennesaw's running the Bryles stuff now, so Wake will get plenty of possessions.
Yeah. I don't know. Tough to call that one, but certainly has our attention. All right. Coming up on the other side, we turn our attention to Saturday, starting with some of the headliners, including that top 3 matchup in Columbus. All that and more next.
Name's Conrad Harrigan, family man. And if you cross my family, well, you'd better pray.
Mobland, new series streaming March 30th on Paramount Plus.
Back here on the Cover 3 podcast as we turn our attention to Saturday, beginning with Texas at Ohio State, noon Eastern time kickoff from the Shoe. We literally have a 22-minute preview on this game up on the youtube.com/cover3, 2 segments that we offered on CBS Sports Network. We've been looking forward to it for months. Now it's just time for the locks. So who wants to jump in? Who wants to get us started? Okay.
I mean, we all have something, I assume. Or no, maybe not.
I do.
Give me Texas in the first half plus 1.5. I think this game is tied or Texas leads at halftime. If you want to go with just like simple top level stuff, this is the continuity angle I've been discussing a lot. Arch Manning has played more than Julian Sayin. The coaching staff has been together for Texas longer than they've been together for Ohio State. Maybe there is a little bit of the kind of, I think in some of the big games, being the visitor can help you at the very beginning. It snaps you into attention. You haven't been at home. You haven't been on campus, even though home teams, I know, spend the night at the hotel away from, their own rooms as well. I think that there might be something to Texas coming out swinging. We always love Steve Sarkisian with his first 15 plays. And when Texas has been in some of these big road spots against quality competition, and they usually get off to some pretty strong starts. So I am going to take Texas in the first half plus 1.5.
This isn't a fight, but it's a bit of a not so fast, my friend. Texas.
Shout out to Lee Corso, obviously.
Yes. Shouts to Lee. Also, I'm really proud of you, like taking plus a half point in a first half. We've come so far.
It could be tied.
That's right. Exactly.
Hey, Bud, don't make me say that this is double chance. Don't make me call this Texas or draw. Exactly. Like break out that soccer bet on you.
Soccer, the plus a quarter. I like that. All right. So I'm going to go under 23.5 first half in this. I generally think Ohio State's secondary and linebackers are really good. Should limit explosive plays. The last 3 really good defenses Sark faced, okay? They scored 7 against Ohio State in the first half, okay? They scored 0 against Georgia, and they scored 6 against Georgia. I think Sark has one of those defenses, though, this year that he can really lean on. And I know Arch is probably awesome. I think Texas receiver core is a little bit down from where it was last year, maybe not way down. And I bet you he leans on the defense early in this game and doesn't. And I think their plan is don't get bombed by Jeremiah first. Let's see Julian be consistent and not just give him, a layup over the top. Maybe a slower paced game. I don't think Ohio State's going to go real high tempo. I'd be surprised if Texas is operating on crazy tempo. So I'm going to go under 23.5 here in the first half.
Not letting the children sing, but I'm going to take the total game under for a lot of the same reasons. I get why, the adjustments they could make, but I think this is more the defense is on display with a couple of new quarterbacks feeling their way around with less talent at the skill positions that we know about right now. We've seen this game go lower scoring under this last year. So I'm going to go ahead and take that under the 47.5 total game.
I can get you 48.
Perfect.
Let's go.
I am going full game as well, except I'm not taking the total, and I'm not directly fighting Chip, but I'm kind of fighting Chip. Give me Ohio State minus 1.5. To me, these teams are nearly equal. In my rankings, I have Ohio State slightly ahead of Texas. The game's in Columbus. Like, this number suggests to me that the market thinks Texas is the better team. I'm not in that same boat. So it's not a huge edge here, but it is a huge game, and I want to get a play in on it. So give me Ohio State minus 1.5.
4 ways to bet it, and there is a very narrow path that we all win.
Yeah, parlay it all. Mm-hmm.
And extreme, you want to talk about negatively correlated parlays. I mean, I might have a $5 bonus bet around to put this thing together and see if we can do it for the family.
I'm gonna turn this $5 into $32.70 real quick.
Let's go. All right, love that. I know we move on. I'm going to go chronologically here. 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Alabama at Florida State. Of course, you can catch Danny college football pregame live from Tallahassee. Danny announcing that A.J. McCarron might be stopping by. So that's don't get overpowered by the Bama there.
Well, we got 2 Bama, 2 Florida State with Damian and AJ and me and B-Mac on the set. You know, it could get a little bit uncomfortable. I just discovered this because I put out a tweet this morning about AJ being on the show, and I wanted to tag him. I wanted to put him on there. Guess who's blocked by your boy AJ McCarron?
Wow.
Yeah, I gave it to our producer Noah. I said this has I said this has to be addressed early. Probably am blocked by his mom too. From back in the day. So we're gonna have to address this early in the show. I got Noah asking to pull it up.
I think that you guys should just, break bread at AJ's restaurant. And
at the sushi restaurant.
Put everything aside.
Coach K33 in the tailgate plugged in our Ohio State Texas parlay and plus 1,300.
There you go. Turn that $5 into 65.
Let's go. All right. So what are we doing with the game? Best bets. Locks. No, boys?
I played Castellanos under rushing because I think they're going to be really looking for that. That's not a lock for the show, but like the size of the sacks he takes are huge. Like he takes a lot of like 8, 10, 12-yard sacks. And if you think Bama wins and comes close to covering, you probably are getting away from the run a little bit if you're the Noles. I mean, the number now at 14, what do you make in this game to bet Bama at 14? You make this 17 in a road opener? I feel like that's aggressive. 11, 12 over the summer made a lot of sense to me. 14 I'm passing.
Wait, are we all done on 13.5s?
I think those all got bet.
Come on, Chip. You're feeling pretty good. Tom's been just saying this is like a bottom tier team with their roster. Come on, Tom. What you guys are going to
No, there's 13 and a half. There's 13 and a halfs out there, and I'm taking it.
Same.
Alabama minus 13 and a half.
Yeah. And the answer, Bud, 31-17. It's kind of how that's how you cover 13 and a half.
We did Nolecast last night, and that was kind of around it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I talked a lot about this yesterday. I don't like the look of this Florida State roster compared to where I think Florida State's roster should be, what Florida State should be. And I just think this is a really bad matchup. So Alabama, I mean, the minus 13 and a half.
Look, in any other year, Norvell's fired last year after going 2-10 at Florida State. They just don't have $50 million to pay a buyout and would have to finance it. I don't think that the AD is the AD they want making the next coaching change if they have to. So they're kind of just limping along the don't get fired plan.
Danny?
Give me Florida State plus 7.5 for the first half. By the way, I have noticed a couple things as we're just trashing Florida State's roster. I believe they are still part of Bud's blue chip ratio, correct?
They are, but their player development would be like the garbage can ratio. I mean, I think I checked the other day on the composite talent rating. They're 18th. So Tom was trashing their roster. That's not too bad.
They should be top 10.
Look, it's
minimum.
very possible that Bama's first time starting quarterback comes out and has a rough game. It's possible that Bama maybe is not fully in on Kane Womack's defense like they weren't last year. And they got like 4 times the quarterback ran for 40 plus and Bama lost 3 of those, right? Like there's, if you want to look for some crack, it's possible that, hey, like, you did lose some important offensive linemen and now Jaden Roberts is still apparently concussed. And, like maybe he won't play. Tim Keenan, their stud nose guy.
He's out.
Yeah. So this was before we did the preview yesterday. Like he's, a top half of the draft potential pick on some of these mock drafts. Like that could matter with how much inside zone a Malzahn system wants to run. I definitely like first half better than full game, Danny, because I think that
that's where I wonder the depth
period. Yeah.
And if there is weather issues, I also think keep an eye on Tony White running that 3-3-5. I think you could have some exotic looks, potentially, rattle early. A Ty Simpson.
He has to.
Yeah,
if you
he absolutely has
straight,
to.
you're gonna get your ass kicked.
Yep. So
I'll also say just a correction: FSU's 19th in the team talent rankings, 1 spot behind South Carolina and 1 spot above Nebraska. So if you're happy hanging out in that neighborhood, I'm happy for you.
Quick public service announcement. Look who we've got joining us.
Oh, Moneyline Mateer has chimed in.
Moneyline Mateer is checking in on the Cover 3 podcast. Those of you who are watching in the
John, these locks are sponsored by the Cash App, but you don't have to put any notes in there if you don't want to, buddy.
Exactly.
You want the mean median deviation in this one?
What?
Remember the mean median deviation from a couple years ago, like where if you were to run your simulations, that the mean outcome is this, but the median, like how often that outcome occurs is lower. I Squirrel White unders. There's probably some that are still in the 30s out there. I think are good. That they're basically relying on him, catching a bomb, unless you think it's a crazy blowout, in which case Bama allows a lot of short stuff late, and then obviously you can get there in that way. But if you think it's at all like within this number, I think there's a reason that was getting bet down.
Yep. All right. Then on Saturday night, they'll get on a bus, they'll run down a hill, and then it's the Narrative Bowl. Can Clemson show that they can stand toe-to-toe and defeat quality SEC competition? Can LSU win a season opener? Something that they haven't done under Brian Kelly and didn't even do the last couple of years under Coach O. So it's Death Valley, it's Tigers, and I want to know who's got a lock.
I do. Let's see, we're about 40 minutes into the show yet. And oh no, I took one earlier, but now it's time to get my second under on the board. I'm taking the under 57.5. I'm high on LSU ceiling. I think that by the end of the year, this team could be pretty damn good and could make a lot of noise. I think this is a bad matchup for them to start the season on offense, whereas I really believe in the quarterback and the receivers, and I like the running backs. 4 new starters on the offensive line going against Clemson's front 7 could be a problem for them in this game as far as moving the ball consistently and putting points on the board. And on the other side, until I see Clemson showing an ability, especially along its offensive line, to actually deal with SEC defenses and teams of that caliber, it's hard for me to trust that they're going to score a lot of points. So I like the under 57.5 here.
That's what's holding me back from betting this team total over. I just like, do you trust Clemson when they face similar bodies?
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you when I trust Clemson. They believe in the gospel of the middle 8 so much that they put it in the daggum game notes. You know? And I can't bet the middle 8. You know, like that's not something that I can do. We haven't offered that yet. But I'll tell you what I can do is I can go and I can tackle that third quarter, because last year Clemson had a plus 6.4 points per game margin in home games in the third quarter. And if I'm talking about halftime adjustments, do I trust Garrett Riley and Tom Allen more than Brian Kelly and his staff? You're darn right I do. So as Clemson has their eyes set on the middle 8, I've got my eyes set on them winning the third quarter. I've got Clemson third quarter minus a half a point.
And I mean, like, that's a 7-game sample size. That's not something you could just blindly ignore.
I love this.
So what was it? What was the number?
It's minus a half for Clemson.
Clemson third quarter minus 1/2. All right.
That's right. Gonna win the third quarter, baby.
We have the chat. The tailgate is correct. We have created the monster.
Chip is going to be sweating that opening coin toss so hard, terrified that LSU is going to defer.
Chip will have all the lineups of, like, you know, who takes the ball when they win the coin toss, who loses it, you know, which way the weathers like to go.
Do any of you guys know how many rushing yards Garrett Nussmeier had last season?
Oh,
Was it negative?
Minus 38.
Yeah.
I was so mad because I thought maybe I had the chance that I rushed for more than him. I had minus 44 my senior year, which was much improved from minus 122 the year before. But the point being, he is strictly a pocket passer with an entirely revamped offensive line. I think the Clemson defensive front, I think Tom Allen, I think the crowd noise, it all puts Garrett Nussmeier in a bind. Give me Clemson. Lay the points. They come out. They get off the schneid after going 0-3 versus the SEC last year. I'm sure Dabo's been reminding his team of that. What's at stake here? They return a lot. LSU replaces a lot. Give me Clemson. Lay the points.
What's truly impressive about Nussmeier's rushing total last year of negative 38 yards is he didn't take a lot of sacks. He earned those negative yards by running.
wait. Like, hold on. How does that? He did. Oh,
I don't think he took more than 10 sacks all last season. Now, he obviously lost yardage on those sacks.
Right, a lot.
Yeah. But because he also ran for 3 touchdowns. So there were some positive carries in there.
Okay. Anything else on Clemson and LSU?
I think it's a hell of a live betting game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to know pretty quickly if LSU's transfer offensive linemen are getting whipped.
And if so, we're just grabbing unders and just like anything.
Right? If they're blocking it up, I like LSU's receivers better than Clemson's DBs. And I do like Clemson's DBs a good bit.
Right. Watch the line of scrimmage.
I think we can know early.
All right, then on Sunday night down at Hard Rock Stadium, I had that one flipped in the dock. This is Notre Dame at Miami, and so we got a tight little spread, about 2.5, got 49.5 on the total. Who's got a lock?
Nope. Really?
I do.
Might have something later.
Oh, I got to play.
Are you going to go under?
Yeah, first half.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't hate the total game under. I know we did this one yesterday, Chip. You had the total game under. I'm just going to take the first half under on this one. If Tom can find me, he's always good at finding.
I can get you 24.5.
24.5 is actually Hard Rock at Hard Rock Stadium. So let the children sing.
Right.
The number one thing I'm looking for in this game is tempo. Like, are they going to let Beck play as fast as they let Cam Ward play? And you can tell me you believe in CJ Carr. Do you believe in him so much that you let him make early mistakes that put your defense in a hole, or do you think your defense is good enough to go down there and win that game? Because if I'm Notre Dame, I'm saying my DBs can check these Miami receivers. Let's win a game our style. We have one of the best backs in America. We like our offensive line. That can be a raucous atmosphere for sure. So I like Danny's pick there.
All right, I'll throw it on there. Put money where your mouth is. Let's go 49.5. And again, there is the
under or over.
There's 50s out there at books that'll take real bets.
Okay. Yep. I'll take the 50. So, Bud, you were talking about how these things have been beaten over time. 54.5, I think, is our summer open.
This
down. So I understand I'm getting some real chip line value here in terms of getting in on the bad number, but we're providing a service. Not everybody's able to get in on it in the summertime. Some people are just coming to us. And so I will say that obviously like the idea of the matchup and the way that these two teams face off, especially Notre Dame, new quarterback on the road, run the daggum football with one of the best running backs in the country. I am putting confidence in Miami's defense to take a step forward with the transfer pieces and the changing coordinator. And 49.5, or 50. We're still getting there before it starts to drop into a little bit of the terrifying zone. So I'll go ahead and say under 49.5 or 50. Yes, best number. Okay, anything else on Notre Dame Miami? If
Trader's 100% healthy, I think that number in the low 40s might be cheap.
Wait, what?
Yeah, on
the receiving prop.
Side. Yeah.
Oh,
Like if Trader's actually 100% healthy, then like a prop of 41, I feel like is kind of cheap. The tight end, who we know they use as a running back sometimes, I would check your books to see if there's anything touchdown there on the anytime touchdown. Like a guy getting goal line carries in a wildcat maybe or whatever they want to use him as is maybe not factored into some week one stuff.
Yep.
If you can find it. But yeah.
Then Monday night between the pine trees, Kenan Memorial Stadium, TCU rolls into town for the debut of the Bill Belichick era at North Carolina. Who's got a lock?
Do I trust Sonny Dykes in an opening game?
I've got some dude with a sweater tied around his neck fanning himself. I can give you the over on those.
It's not going to be that hot.
I'm just saying he's Lordy.
Oh,
just for what he's
Lordy.
watching. Yeah.
Lordy, look at all them rings on the field.
Do you think he has like his own? Coach Prime had some of his custom gear, with the S and the Prime. Do you think he's got a Gold Digger shirt on? Like, is he going to be selling merch? Gold Digger merch?
Real?
Yes, that was real.
I thought that was
the pregnant rumors were false. This one was real.
They're trademarking Gold Digger
for a jewelry line, I guess, that she is coming out with.
Oh Lord!
Hey, steer into it, man.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Come
Sell
on.
your integrity for money.
At least everybody knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Man.
But you got something? You want to fire? I don't know. I mean, there's just way too much unknown for me to speak confidently about this in this segment.
I would probably live bet this.
Yeah.
I do think it's a good live betting game. the most important thing live betting for me is, does UNC's D-line get any pressure? And we'll be able to tell early. And then crucially here, at what tempo does UNC want to operate? I suspect that Bill will not let Freddie go up tempo, because I don't think you want to get in a shootout against a Briles-style offense. But I don't know that. And, Freddie in the NFL was more of a tempo guy. So I'm not going to bet that game just guessing on the tempo, because if you get an extra possession or two, it really changes the handicap on the total.
Chip, do you think there's a Ben Griffin bump?
Oh, man. Possibly. I mean, Max Flies. We'll throw Max Flies onto the field. I mean, we're going to have Max Flies in the Ryder Cup. What a world. I mean, there's
Max Fly, no free ads, but like the numbers on those are actually pretty good. If you look at the Mike Allspy stuff, it's surprisingly good.
If you look at Ben Griffin's results,
not if you're Danny's handicap, but if you're like a teens, then that may be something.
I want to say the numbers on Kirkland golf balls are pretty good too.
Okay, yeah, that new run is insane.
Yeah, there could be a Ben Griffin bump. I mean, who knows? I do think we will have luminaries and dignitaries abound for this Monday night Labor Day game. So
I just love that everybody on this.
Over under what?
200 credentials.
I'll check with Justin.
Over.
I'll report back.
I think we're sending like 5 people alone.
Are we really?
No.
One of them's right there.
Well, yeah, but that's not really sending, because it's a car.
I mean, but I know that it might be such a zoo that I wanted to go over there and get my situation solidified on Monday.
I gotta know, when's the last time Chip was in the press box for a UNC game, and what's the fit like? Are we going like Argyle pants? What are we doing here?
No, khakis.
Yeah,
khakis, blazer, blue blazer, the frat boy Chapel Hill look.
I mean, no, I think it'll probably look the same as Big Ten Media Days. I mean, maybe throw.
Are we buying this? That we're not going to flare it up a little bit for Bill's debut on Chapel Hill?
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to be overdressed. I got to be able to move amongst the people. Got to be able to blend in.
When they score, Chip will tear his shirt off and reveal his Argyle chest tattoo.
Cotton, though, not dry fit, of course.
No.
Yeah, it's definitely cotton.
It's not classy. Come on. I want to know that thing was knitted by hand.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. All right. Coming up on the other side, we turn our attention to the full Saturday slate. Let's see where the group wants to take our attention, and Moneyline Sprinkles and more next.
The crowd loves champions. Gladiator 2 is an epic spectacle.
Remarkable!
To amuse you is my only wish.
The glory is yours, not mine.
Very good. Gladiator 2, rated R. Now streaming on Paramount Plus.
Back here on the Cover 3 podcast, let's take a look at what's on the board so far. Bud has NC State ECU first half under 31.5. That is Thursday night. Akron first half plus 3.5, also Thursday. Auburn team total under 30.5 on Friday night. Then his Saturday action so far, we got Texas, Ohio State first half under 23.5. Notre Dame-Miami first half under 24.5. I've got UNLV Sam Houston over 61. Texas in the first half plus 0.5 point. Alabama minus 13.5. Clemson third quarter minus 0.5 point. And Notre Dame-Miami under 50. Danny's taken NC State minus 13.5 on Thursday against ECU, plus USF plus 5.5. Then on Friday night, Georgia Tech minus 4. And on Saturday, Texas, Ohio State under 48. And on Sunday, also on Saturday, Clemson minus 3.5, Florida State first half plus 7.5, and on Sunday, Notre Dame-Miami first half under 24.5. Tom's got UNLV Sam Houston over 61, Illinois, Western Illinois under 63.5, Alabama minus 13.5, Ohio State minus 1.5, LSU-Clemson under 57.5.
How many people we got watching the show today?
A lot.
You think anybody in the tailgate knows how to get your computer to mute Chrome, so if you Control F and something is not found, it doesn't give me that ding?
Please reach out to him. That is Bud Elliott.
I will drop a first quarter play in the chat.
Please make my computer shut up.
DK, where do you want to go? Full Saturday board available.
Full Saturday board available. I will go. I'll look at the Indiana Hoosiers. Old Kirk Cignetti's squad trying to back up what they did last year. A lot of people questioning if they can run it back. I think he's been a little bit irritated by that. I think he's tired of the doubters. Old Dominion coming to town. We had talked about this yesterday, Chip. Sure, they didn't look fantastic against some of the better competition, but what they do against the lower competition, they blew people out. Once again, the schedule is not the toughest, especially in the non-con, so they need to score a lot of points. Lay them with the Hoosiers.
23 and a half.
23 and a half.
Yeah.
I don't have a good feel for Old Dominion yet.
Well, I've got a great feel for Indiana because what does this football team do?
They smoke them through the filter.
They smoke them through the filter. At FanDuel Sportsbook, I can get a fourth quarter pre-flop Indiana spread bet of -5.5 at -110. So I will take Indiana in the fourth quarter -5.5. ODU will be thinking about getting back home to Virginia, and Indiana will be thinking about playing it out till the final whistle. Indiana in the fourth quarter, we ride again.
I mean, until it doesn't work, why would you stop doing it?
I mean, didn't it even worked in a loss?
Yeah. It's the new Service Academy unders of this decade.
Moneyline material in the tailgate loves it. That's a shocker. Tom, where do you want to go?
Here's a game where I have it numbers wise. I agree with it, and I also think just vibes wise and motivation wise, how many chances is Purdue going to have to blow the doors off of a team in 2025? How many chances is Purdue going to have to make the home crowd show up and leave feeling happy? Not many. This is one of those weekends. Barry Odom's first game in charge, home opener, season opener. Give me Purdue -17.5 against Ball State, who I think could be a especially bad football team this season. So much so that I am laying 17.5 points with Purdue against them.
Yeah, I had a buddy who grabbed a lot of that 17 when it was cheap, and he's pretty good. Like
Who?
a friend, not a friend of the show, but
is his name Bill Elliott?
No, I wish I had a piece at 17 cheap.
Love that, Tom. Anytime you can look at the mentality of what Barry Odom wants to do, boiler up, a hearty boiler up to you. Does anybody know what Kirby Smart's against the spread record is as a
I do.
38 or more? 0-13.
Yeah. So I knew it was bad.
Now, one of them was against his mentor, right?
I'm just saying.
When they played FCS, somebody, I forgot who.
Right.
I remember this
Laid
guy
off.
was like, hey, like Kirby is never going to run this up. This is his mentor. I was like, okay, note to self.
Yeah, Kirby Smart, 0-13 as a favorite of 38 points or more. But ain't no chance in hell I'm taking an entire, like a Marshall team where they might have actually gotten the pizza delivery guy to come fill out the roster. Okay. When all of Marshall gets up and leaves and goes to Southern Miss with Charles Huff and Tony Gibson comes in there, he's just doing anything he can. He's picking anybody off the street, trying to put that team together. Now, I think Tony Gibson's a pretty good coach, a pretty good defensive coach. And what leads to not covering big spreads by 38 or more? The way that you handle your business. So, you talk about, Tom, looking at that Illinois game where you're saying how many points are they going to score? What's Illinois going to do? How about Georgia Marshall under 55.5? Because this thing just screams 42-3. Just get in there, make sure Gunner's dialed in with the new wide receivers, put in some good work, and do not let them score a damn touchdown. And so with Kirby's against the spread record, showing the way that he handles some of these lopsided games, I'm going to go with the total here under 55.5.
Don't hate it.
189.
You see the
What are your
Georgia
thoughts on Marshall under a half team total first half?
That's
Do it.
amazing.
Yeah, because I don't hate that.
The only problem is like a scoop and score. Like that's what you're betting.
Or a fumble where you kick a field goal.
Right.
You know.
Sure. Are you going to take it, or are you just just thinking about it?
No.
Okay. DK, what are you scratching? What are you thinking about?
Have you heard some of the Marshall players yapping?
Oh,
they had one of their defensive linemen said, "We gonna shock them. This is the best time to have Georgia. Sanford Stadium is not an atmosphere I haven't been in." That was their defensive lineman, Katron Evans. One of their other corners, Marvay Myers,
Household names.
Yeah. He said he pointed at the last time they played at Athens. It was only a 13-3 win for Georgia. So they're bringing that up out of the archives. Good luck with that.
Okay.
Good luck with that, Marshall.
I thought Danny was about to throw Marshall plus 38.5.
No chance.
All right. DK, where do you want to go?
I'll go. Need something a little late night action. It's another one that makes me a little bit nervous because it's a road favorite. But Utah is traveling to UCLA to take on Nico and that Tino Sinceri offense. But they're bringing a QB with them the first time, and they don't have to rely on somebody rising from the dead. You've got somebody with a live pulse. Give me Dampierre coming with his offensive coordinator, Kyle Whittingham. I think they have a big bounce back here. Give me the Utes. Lay the points, -5.5 on the road against the Bruins.
I like that. I'm going to attack it a different way. I'm going to go over 51.5. If you have, when Bud broke news on CBS Sports Network on Tuesday that we might actually have some of these UCLA wide receivers playing, if you want to buy into what Tino Sinceri has done at every single stop, they've been productive offenses. And if you want to buy into Nico, well, then UCLA should be able to get us a couple scores here. And yeah, I think Utah, I think that Utah's numbers offensively are off just because of how horrendous things have gotten over the last 2 years. I think new offensive coordinator, I think new quarterback, we've got a shot to have a little bit of value on Utah's offense being better than the models are going to suggest. So I'll take that shot, and I'll take them Utah UCLA over 51.5.
All yours.
Gotta have that action. Wait, Danny, wait till I gotta have a little action. Are you going to be up?
I mean, I might take a little nap and I wake up early. So I actually do. I'm an early riser. So this one might be where I wake up super early and just catch the fourth quarter about 2:30 in the morning.
I mean, that could be.
Yeah.
Bud, where do you want to go?
Let's do some drilling.
Ooh.
We do have, where are we at here? Okay, got it last night. Cover 3 locks. It feels good to be back in action with the boys. Here we go. There are a lot of question marks for Ole Miss offense going into this season. Austin Simmons will have a rough time filling Jackson Dart's shoes. Rumblings of offensive line injuries and lack of depth there, which is definitely something we're digging on. And a stable of unproven running backs. The defensive side of the ball should be solid, but likely not as good as last year's unit. So I expect a little less scoring in this game than the line would suggest. The opening line of -38.5 felt like a big number to me, and I like Georgia State plus 38.5, but it is now down to 35.5 because it got bet. I still lean towards the dog here, but since I don't have a ton of faith in this offense yet, and I feel pretty good about the D, I'm going to take under 60.5. Hopefully Georgia State won't be too horrendous on defense, and this should work out. Tooth emoji, lock emoji, and he gives me an additional pick just to mess with me. Also, give me Alabama -13.5 all day. First nuclear bomb of the season, nuclear emoji. We should get the dentist segment sponsored, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what's that huge? Well, he would not like that sponsor, but
there are some big dentistry companies, right?
Yeah,
like,
but I don't think he's part of it. So, yeah, like
also he probably likes to be a little fast and loose. Like, we don't want to be held to any like corporate standards here.
But if we have a certain toothpaste that he recommends,
Ooh, 4 out of 5 dentists recommend this lock.
All right. Hot danger in the chat. If you'd like to find a podcast that does not share betting tips from a degenerate dentist, then there's probably a couple out there. But like, we're going to share it.
Oh man. And no wave emojis.
No wave emojis today. Probably
early in the
to hear
season
about that.
Yeah. I mean, Mackenzie said she was just going out for a pack of smokes, and I haven't seen her. You know,
Still in Turks and Caicos, I think.
She said she was just going to be right back, and I haven't seen her. You know, we'll see if she comes back. You know, always welcome back. All right, let's keep it rocking and rolling. Who needs to Bud?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do this. So we already hit that. We hit that. Let's go ahead and go 204 down in New Orleans. Tulane, noon opener against Northwestern. Not really a believer in this Northwestern offense. Tulane adding Retzlaff real late to the process. I do think Tulane has some dudes on defense. I do like Northwestern's secondary a pretty good bit to limit some of those explosive plays. Give me under 46 in Northwestern Tulane. I think there's about a point of run here. Made it 42.5. So I don't think either team's going to be insane tempo. I like the under.
Makes sense to me.
No argument there.
Nope.
These are gross. I mean, what?
I have a disgusting play on my card. I'm not even getting to yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
This one's not it though, but it's along the same line of thinking that we've had in a couple other plays here. Bud, you were on it early last year with Ohio State and load management. I think with their schedule this year and the fact that they have so much returning experience, particularly early in the season, we're going to see plenty of load management from Penn State, which is why I look at their season opener against Nevada on CBS, the network of stars, America's #1 most watched network. And I like Penn State, Nevada under 56.5 because I could see the Nittany Lions getting out ahead of this one early and then just closing up shop and going on to week 2 and waiting for that Oregon game in a month.
If nobody else has a play on this, I do want to drop some Penn State scoop.
Ooh, let's go.
We had asked our partners 24/7, and Daniel Gallen of Lions 247 came through in a big way. So the 3 transfer receivers they took, Hudson, Pena, and Ross, are in line to start. So I think we can at least say they feel fairly happy about those guys. Redshirt senior Liam Clifford. Ross was banged up earlier in camp, so he could split time with Clifford earlier potentially. Howard's been one of the buzziest names of the offseason. Franklin wouldn't commit to burning his red shirt yet because he wants to see more of him on special teams, but that's a name to watch. Another name to watch, we know Penn State recruits these freaky edge guys pretty well. Freshman DN Chaz Coleman, who we did have in the top 247, has been the name during preseason camp. He's already been greenlit to burn his red shirt, which is nice. So definitely eyes on him. And as you mentioned, the load management, I could see that freshman getting a lot of play in this game. The other freshman that they know that they're going to burn the red shirt on is Darius Dixon, top 100 corner recruit from Mater Dei, not Mater D, Danny. So they're fairly loaded at corner, but he will get to play. We like that a lot. Redshirt freshman Antoine Belgrave Shorter won the starting job next to Zakee Wheatley, so that's solid. But Mack and those guys are also going to play quite a bit at DB. Starting O-line, left to right, Shelton, Leone, Dawkins, Donka, and Rucci. So no surprises there, it doesn't seem like. And so names to spotlight: Coleman, Dixon, Howard, and some of the backup running backs will likely get some run as well. So, man, shout out to Daniel. That is a really appreciative rundown from us. And he thinks for the first time in a while, this O-line could be in contention for the Joe Moore Award, which really matches up all the stuff we heard from Penn State. They're like, yeah, this might be the best O-line we've had in a while.
I stared at Nevada under 6.5 like it was the Green Goblin mask, but I'll sit back on that one. I'm just saying that might be something that we get closer to the day and I end up letting it fly as a play on Saturday. But for the locks card, I'll keep it clean of that filth. Nevada under 6.5. We don't need any more exotic than that. I will take us to Kyle Field, Texas A&M, UTSA, Saturday night. Let's just target that first half. You know, let's look at an extreme difference in body types, an extreme difference in talent, and go Texas A&M first half minus 13.5. I do not need to necessarily be a huge believer in Marcel Reed, but I do think he's going to be better. I mean, that was an out of the lineup, into the lineup, out of the lineup. To have a full offseason of at least knowing that you are the guy and having all that work with Colin Klein to be able to put things together. The skill positions have gotten a lot better. We already talked about their transfer portal additions. Ruben Owens might be awesome. And of course, defensively, I'm expecting them to be pretty stout, even against Jeff Traylor's squad. So I need Texas A&M to head to the locker room up by 2 touchdowns. Not going to play with the full game here. Just going to try to keep this as a good, strong start for a Texas A&M team that, again, hard to remember, but was 7-0 on November, not 7-0, 7-1 on November 1st last season. Got off. It is. We want Texas A&M early. We don't want Texas A&M late. So, yay! Do all your.
I don't disagree with you on this. I don't think that UTSA has the athletes to hold up against that offensive line of A&M.
Do you lock agreement or you
no,
just?
But I think you're. I thought about it.
All right, Texas A&M first half minus 13.5. I'm running out. I'm running close to the end, boys. How many we got left?
I've got one more, and it's something.
Is it? Does it need music?
I don't have a drop, but yeah.
All right.
It's time for sicko mode. Let's go. I'm a little bit lower on some of the teams in the bottom of the Sun Belt. If things go wrong, they could be like UMass UConn. That's kind of like sicko mode of a sicko mode.
All right. One of the side effects we have seen from the transfer portal NIL era is that it's not only is the gap between the haves and have-nots widening, it's that the have-nots at the bottom are truly bottoming out in a way that we're not really used to seeing. Like the bottom of the FBS is doo-doo in a lot of spots. One of those spots is in Ohio. It's in the MAC. It is Kent State, who is opening their season at home against Merrimack College as a 6.5-point favorite. Give me Merrimack plus 6.5.
If this happens, it's going to kill LSU's strength of schedule. All right.
That's gross.
I cannot believe we're doing okay. All right, let me adjust my screen here. This is.
I'm not opposed to going money line. I'm not sure the right team is favored, folks.
Tom's going to make me choose extra games. What number is this?
This is
308 something.
308-973.
973. Okay. Jesus, Tom. All right. 6. I'm just looking to see if we have any 7s here.
You know, Bud, a lot of the edges are gone after all these lines being posted in 6 weeks. I don't think the edge was taken away in this one. I don't think a lot of people were coming for it.
What is the Merrimack mascot?
The Warriors.
Is it cool? Now I know.
Is it really? The college basketball guy would know this.
I know what the Golden Flash mascot's going to be.
Can we get this presented by 1-800-GAMBLER? Pretty good.
Just saying.
Oh, man.
No, you heard it here first. When Merrimack beats Kent State on Saturday, don't forget who told you.
Ryan in the chat's right. These places aren't offered by all places till about 10 minutes before kickoff, LOL. But they are offered by one of our partners. So FanDuel has this up right now.
Yeah, I got it in. It's
by the way, speaking of why should you watch live, somebody just hit that under first half in Notre Dame pretty good. So,
ooh, good job, Danny.
Yeah,
getting it in.
That's right.
All right. I think Danny, you say you got one more, or are you good?
Yeah, I got one more.
All right, let's go.
I believe I have 5 plays with ACC teams involved in some sorts. Why not make it a 6-pack, if you will? Let's go to Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz.
Big body.
The Dome, the Beamer Bowl that's taking place. Virginia Tech is getting over a touchdown with a healthy Kyron Drones and a new system. South Carolina is the darlings of the SEC this year. I like Lenora Stellars a lot. I thought Shane Beamer he and Lenoris were breakout stars of that SEC show. They're so likable. But you know what? This is when you have to throw your personal feelings aside and look at Brent Pry's squad looking to bounce back. Remember, they were almost South Carolina last year. Everybody loved this team. They were trendy. They get beat by Vanderbilt beginning of last year. That's right. It's a thumbs up play. You saw that little emoji pop up. Give me 7.5 for the Hokies in Atlanta.
I have a play in this game as well, and this is my second to last one of the day. I'm going to go ahead and bet this under 52.5. I know the group that bet this over. I respect them, but like a 4-point move is a lot of respect for that. And I will say, I was reading on VT Scoop today, looking at the quotes from the offensive line coach. He's talking about how this whole line's not going to get fixed in 1 year. Like, all right, well, maybe that's a little bit of kind of prepping the fan base for what might happen. And I also saw something from CFB Numbers the other day talking about Sellers. Do you know who has basically the exact same adjusted completion percentage for passes beyond the line of scrimmage as Anthony Richardson?
Oh, no.
Lenora Sellers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and go under. Again, I understand the move. 52.5 is just that's my buy point. So I bet it under.
Is there there's not any Montana State plus 28, right? It's just 27.5.
What number? Sorry. Now that I have to include extra games, my screen is like 7 pages long, Thomas.
I only see 27.5.
Best number is 35.
Oh, wait. I found a 28. Found a 28.
Wait, Montana State or Missouri State?
Montana State.
Who are they playing?
They're playing Oregon.
Oh, okay.
Montana State was 15-1 last year. They were the national runner-up at the FCS level. You will remember that Oregon won 24-14 last year. And there was a quote from Dan Lanning that at least made me think that he's looking at this as very much being a work in progress. He said, whatever form we have, I'm paraphrasing, whatever form we have on Saturday, I hope it's nowhere close to where we are at the end of the season. I was like, okay, so we're still working out kinks. We're still hoping to develop on the fly. And against a quality opponent like Montana State, like that, working it out on the fly might be a 17, 21, 24-point win. Covering a whole 4 American touchdowns, it's tough. So, give me Montana State. According to our own David Cobb, the best team in the state of Montana. We had to make some tough decisions out there. I'll go ahead and take Montana State. Again, not a big picture fade of Oregon at all, just a very spot specific. Oregon might still be ramping up to their final form. And I think Montana State's a good quality program.
How did their JV team look last year, though?
We'll find out. All right. And the other
says I can get you a hook at Caesars.
Ooh.
All right. And then here's the last one, just for the committee so that we can have a ruling. I don't have Oklahoma, Illinois State team totals that I can see right now.
I'm not sure those exist at this point in time, but what is, I'll pull it up. What's the rotation number?
So the implied would be about 11.5 or 12.5 if we've got 36.5 on the spread and 60.5 on the total.
I'm not seeing any FCS, FBS team totals, even for the games that are being played tonight. So I'm fairly sure nobody in the world.
Well, then let's not put it on the contest, but I want to at least speak it if there's some super exotic book somewhere, Illinois State team total under. I don't think Oklahoma's going to let them score a lot. Don't know what our guy John Mateer, who Moneyline Mateer just said take the under. Trust me.
I like it.
There's layers to that.
There's layers to that. Yeah. But yeah, just in general, that was when we were picking that one. That seems like the one thing I can really count on is I don't think Illinois State's going to score many points in that game. All right, I think I'm tapped out.
Yeah, I'm good. All right. I'm ready for Moneyline.
We're almost 4,500, by the way. We need about 500 more. We gained a few hundred during the show.
Yeah, like there's an overlay on this basically right now. Let's do it.
Or 8,600 of you watching. Go join.
Yeah, come on. So from Skylar, stop the ding. He actually told me an email. This is great. How to disable the ding sound. It's actually not a Chrome issue, so muting the tab does not work. But if you go into your Windows settings, which I will do after the show for sure, so I can control F during the show, I continue to not wear headphones. I did say I would give a pick. So here we go. Let's go first quarter. I'm seeing a lot of reports of these guys who transferred out of Syracuse doing real well at their new place. And I'm just a little skeptical that Syracuse can handle Tennessee's defensive line. And Heupel's got that new contract. A lot of job security there. Comes out firing. Vols -4.5 first quarter.
Oh, Tennessee first quarter used to be a system play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I'll believe Ferguson's a good blocker against Tennessee's front when I see it. I'll pay to see that.
I like that. All right, let's review our week 1 locks. Bud's got NC State ECU first half under 31.5. Akron first half plus 3.5. Auburn team total under 30.5. Texas Ohio State first half under 23.5. Notre Dame-Miami first half under 24.5. Tulane Northwestern under 46. Virginia Tech South Carolina under 52.5. Tennessee in the first quarter -4.5. I've got UNLV Sam Houston over 61. Texas first half plus 0.5 point. Alabama -13.5. Clemson third quarter -0.5 point. Notre Dame Miami under 50. Indiana fourth quarter -5.5. Georgia Marshall under 55.5. Utah UCLA over 51.5. Texas A&M first half -13.5. And Montana State plus 28.5. Danny's on. NC State -13.5, USF plus 5.5, Georgia Tech -4, Texas Ohio State under 48, Notre Dame Miami first half under 24.5, Clemson -3.5, Florida State first half plus 7.5, Indiana -23.5, Utah -5.5, Virginia Tech plus 7.5. And Tom's got UNLV Sam Houston over 61. Illinois, Western Illinois under 63.5, Alabama -13.5, Ohio State -1.5, LSU Clemson under 57.5, Purdue -17.5, Penn State Nevada under 56.5, and Merrimack plus 6.5. And that was the locks, sponsored by Cash App. As you heard me say at the top of the show, new Cash App users can use our code and get free money. Use our code COVER3. Send $5 to a friend within 14 days, and you'll get $10 right in your account. Thank you to Cash App.
Thank you to Tim Sherman, by the way, for pointing out that Tennessee first quarter on FanDuel is -3.5, -102. So definitely would rather have that than -4.5. Yeah.
Done.
And speaking of, great transition, because this Moneyline Sprinkles segment is brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. Make every moment more. Looking back at our Moneyline Sprinkles from last week, Tom abstained, and now he's the leader because Stanford did not cash. Sam Houston did not cash. Stanford did not cash. Tom right now in first place with an 0-0 record. So now it's time. Week 1 Moneyline Sprinkles. Tom, what are we sprinkling?
Well, as the winner of last week, I'm looking to stay hot and stay in first place. I will start with Baylor at home catching points against Auburn. Give me Baylor plus 115. And then we'll go to the Hard Rock on Sunday night. Place is going to be rocking. As Bud is always quick to point out, like Miami fans show up. They're always there. It's always loud. It's always raucous. Yeah, and it's going to be on Sunday night with Notre Dame coming to town. Quarterback making his first career start on the road against what should be a really good defense. I like those situations when I'm getting points with the team that has the really good defense and the veteran QB. So give me Miami plus 125. So Baylor 115 and Miami 125.
All right.
I did put together a pizza money shot here. So 5 to pay 5,800. USF, Akron, Cincy, Miami, Ohio first half, Charlotte, and Baylor. So if you want a weeknight parlay, just to root along. But of those, I will take Charlotte plus 180.
Ooh, little
like that.
Hey,
like that.
Remember, we're not playing in Jerry Richardson Stadium. We're playing in Bofa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tom, I'm right there with you with Baylor and Miami. I'm also going to add Colorado plus 165 against Georgia Tech. And then on Monday night, I will take the Tar Heels plus 140 with TCU in town. All right, DK.
I'm going to jump in with you guys. Baylor, we've talked a lot about the disaster that could be unfolding in Auburn. I'm not buying until I see it. I think, Dave Aranda's been cooking up all those pots of coffee, making sure he's well caffeinated, scheming up a defensive game plan that I think could frustrate a confidence-lacking Jackson Arnold. So give me Baylor. I'm going to hop in with you with UNC. You're telling me the greatest defensive mind of all time can't come up with a game plan to slow down a measly college offense like Sonny Dykes is running and confusing Josh Hoover? Give me the Tar Heels. And then I'll throw one in tonight as well. Give me USF playing at home to win the game outright against Boise State.
All right. Any other sprinkles we want to add?
Nope.
I did send over to Mikey the potential of Southern Miss and Toledo, but as time has gone on and I've spent more time looking at that, and we did have a trusted source indicate on a quote hunch that Mississippi State might be not horrible. I was like, okay, I'm gonna trust that hunch.
They still put the rev share money, and like, if you go back and look, Southern Miss is essentially just last year's Marshall team.
Correct.
Right. Like,
yes.
How did that team hold up against good athletes?
Right. I mean, look, they won the Sun Belt, but this is it's going to be different when you're going up against Mississippi State. All right, so that is for Moneyline Sprinkles. It is Charlotte plus 180 for Bud, Baylor plus 115, Miami plus 125, Colorado plus 165, and North Carolina plus 140 for me. Danny's got Baylor plus 115, North Carolina plus 140, and USF plus 185. Tom's got Baylor plus 115 and Miami plus 125. And that Moneyline Sprinkles segment was brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook. Make every moment more. Woo! Feels good. We're back. We are going to be back on Saturday night, 11:30 p.m. Eastern time with our Week 1 instant reaction. We are going to, of course, be having some action that is still ongoing, among them, including this Utah-UCLA game. But there will be so much to dive into, trying to recap the things that we learned from a very busy Saturday, maybe grabbing a little bit from Thursday, Friday as well, and setting the table for what's ahead on Sunday and Monday. So come and hang out. We are live at 11:30 p.m. Eastern time. Subscribe and set your notifications. You don't even need to look at a clock. We'll let you know when we are about to go live. And you can follow him on Twitter at Tom Fornelli. You can follow him at Bud Elliott 3. You can follow him at Danny Kanell. Follow me at Chip _ Patterson. Gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank you.
See y'all.
See ya.